EdwardJones.com. By Ballpark, proud to be the official hot dog of the Razorbacks. Your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Daspit Law Firm, proud to be the official injury lawyers of Razorback Athletics. By Oak Lawn Hot Springs, Arkansas's only racing casino resort. Baptist Health, Arkansas's largest and most comprehensive health system. By Qual Choice Health Insurance, a better choice for health insurance. Make the right choice with Qual Choice. By Highland Dairy, locally made, naturally delicious. The University of Arkansas Online, offering flexible degree programs. Apply now at online.uark.edu. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation of the Razorback Sports Network.
You've been listening to Arkansas Razorback Basketball on your home for the Hogs in Central Arkansas, 103.7 The Buzz. This broadcast was presented by Network Services Group, Bale Chevrolet, Edwards Food Giant, Genesis of Conway, Lion Legal Services, Kaufman by Design West, Malvern National Bank, Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, Blackman Auctions, Winrock Automotive, and Chris Crane Hyundai. Another basketball game is wrapped up, and it's time for us to put a bow on it.
Acuff, right side, nearly lost it, has to fire away from the sideline, and it goes.
This is the Bet Saracen Basketball Postgame Show on 103.7 The Buzz. Bet Saracen is the sports betting leader in Arkansas. Make sure you have the Bet Saracen app downloaded on your mobile device. Postseason coverage is brought to you by First Security Bank, Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, Sunstar Insurance of Arkansas, and Bet Saracen. Now, live from Walk-Ons in West Little Rock, here's Wes Moore and Christian Weaver.
Welcome in. It is your Razorback basketball post-game show, and they are going to the Sweet 16. What's up, everybody? Wes Moore with you. Trey Schaap joining us live from Portland, and what a game, Trey. Man, that was a nail-biter for the fans here at Walk-Ons. They were calling the Hogs, but, hey, they even started chanting defense here because they knew Arkansas needed to get a stop or two down the stretch, but they did. They found a way to get a couple of stops down the stretch and pulled out a victory.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Wes. And how about Malik Ewan blocked a three-point attempt, and I thought that might have been the key to the game right there, because the fact that High Point, in the game against Wisconsin, they shot 43 pointers. Tonight they had 38, and they only made 10. So that block shot right there kept them from getting closer back into the game, and Arkansas pulls out a 6-point victory. But man, it seemed like it was nip and tuck all the way down. Both teams led. Arkansas led by as much as, I believe, their biggest lead in the game was 8 in the first half, and it never got closer than that in the second half. And so you can't say enough about Darius Acuff, but you can't say enough about Rob Martin either for them. 30 points, finished with 5 fouls. He fouled out of the game late, had to foul Acuff there. He was 5 of 5 at the free throw line, 11 of 23 from the floor, 3 of 11 behind the three, had 5 assists, 4 rebounds, 5 turnovers. Darius Acuff only had 2 turnovers, 6 assists, 2 fouls, 1 rebound, but he was 11 of 13 from the free throw, West, and he did not miss a free throw in the second half. Both of his misses came in the first half.
Yeah, I thought Martin was the fastest guard that I've seen Arkansas play this year. They couldn't keep him out of the paint. He was so quick, and if he had a little, he was running with it on in transition, he would just hit another gear and just run right by everybody and get to the basket. He gave everybody. It wasn't just Acuff. They tried several guys on him, and nobody could keep him out of the paint.
No, they tried DJ Wagner. They tried Malik Thomas. And I was wondering, how that matchup was going to look. Who would they put on him to start? And it was Malik Thomas. And then they put Acuff on him. And then DJ Wagner came in and went to him. But I think, Wes, High Point getting in foul trouble early, and they had to sit a couple of their guys in the first half, gave Arkansas a little bit of a cushion. And let's say this, Trayvon Brazile gets hit from behind. I mean, basically pushed, leaves the game. It was a scary looking situation there because you don't know, with Arkansas's injury situation where they are. They had to bring Sealy in off the bench. And luckily, Trayvon Brazile was able to come back into the game, finish it out. But I did see him. He wasn't in the locker room available when it was open, but I did see him getting stretched out by their strength and conditioning guy after the game. So you hope that it's nothing major with him. And maybe now that you have a couple of days off until Thursday, you get Nick Pringle back. And maybe even Carter Knox.
Well, getting Pringle back would be huge because they're going to need all the bigs they can use against Arizona. Well, I'm assuming
Utah
we could
State
have an upset
Arizona,
tomorrow. Yeah,
let's hope so.
But Arizona, yeah, no doubt. I would much rather play Utah State, and the lack of bigs. Arizona's just inside. It's going to be a lot to handle, but we'll have more on that all next week, man. I thought this High Point team, to give them credit, they just wouldn't go away. There were several times Arkansas had was starting to pull away. There was a 10-0 run in the second half from High Point when Arkansas went up, I think it was 52-46. I think they were up 52-46. And then they went on a 10-0 run, and all of a sudden it's 56-52. Arkansas calls timeout. And Acuff had the shot of the game, that three late, to give them a 7-point lead. But I thought the next biggest play of the game, coming out of that timeout, Billy Richmond, out of all people, hits a three to stop that 10-0 run. Arkansas got to stop. Trevin Brazile hit a three. And so Arkansas responded with that 10-0 run to a 6-0 run to kind of retake control. But, man, I'll tell you right then, when Arkansas had to call a timeout and High Point was on a 10-0 run, I was a little nervous. I was like, you know what? Things are just going High Point's way right now, and the Razorbacks could be in trouble.
Yeah, it seemed like it, too. It seemed like everything was going their way, and the Hogs didn't have any answers for them, but they answered runs. And I think another key, Wes, late in the game, High Point's having to inbound the basketball, and they can't get it in. They have to use their last timeout to save a possession. Yeah. The fact that they could not inbound the basketball after a timeout, drawing up a play, give credit to the Arkansas defense right there. Give credit to Chin Coleman. His defensive philosophy in this game worked to perfection. Now, I say worked to perfection. You got the win, so it worked to perfection. They couldn't stop Rob Morris. Martin, I'm sorry. They could not stop Rob Martin from driving. They just couldn't. They tried to stay in front of him, and they didn't really help a whole lot. When they did, then he would give it up, and sometimes they'd hit a three, sometimes they wouldn't. But I think that Arkansas's defensive philosophy in this game was spot on, and it worked. And so, hey, you didn't have to survive in advance against Hawaii. You had to survive against High Point, and they did it today.
Yeah, High Point, give their coaching staff credit. The offense that they were running tonight was spectacular. They were just spreading everything out. They kept their bigs out high, and that prevented Ewan or Brazile to be back to help on the drive to block a shot. They had to stay with their guys, because of the threat of shooting the three. But that's the way Arkansas played it, too. They wanted to stay close to those three-point shooters and not provide a lot of help. And in a way, Trey, they were like, you know what? If you beat us getting twos, that's fine, but you're not going to beat us getting threes. We're just not going to let you shoot wide-open threes.
Yeah, no, I think you're exactly right. I think that was the plan. And, I thought Arkansas did a good job, too, Wes, of getting back in transition and identifying where the shooters were. Everybody on the team for High Point can shoot the three, it seems like. Yeah. But I thought they really did a good job. And if you saw the piece I put out today, Chin Coleman was talking about waggles, that they come down the court and they might pitch it back behind them and leave it with a shooter that's running and trailing the ball handler. They might throw it to the left to try and get some guy open. And I thought Arkansas did a really good job of really trying to contest the three-point shots. How about that block by Brazile early in the first half that just sent it? I mean, it went 3 rows behind me where I was sitting, and then it came down, and I actually had to give it back to the official. But I mean, when he took that shot and I saw Trevin jump, I was like, that one's going to be rejected, and it was.
All right, we'll take our first break. When we come back, we'll talk about the awesome night Darius Acuff had. The freshman, Malik Thomas came up huge.
Single-season leading scorer and assist in program history.
And he did something only two other freshman guards in the country have ever done in the NCAA tournament. We'll talk about that when we come back. Stick around. This is the Bet Saracen Razorback Basketball Postgame Show live from Walk-Ons.
Superstars Joe Klein and Pat Bradley for Arkansas's #1 sports app, Bet Saracen.
Joe, you know the main difference between Bet Saracen and those other guys?
Definitely. Easier to navigate. Always good parlays. Plus, lots of fun choices. Like ping pong, right there on the app.
But the real difference are those special promos.
Get $250 on us with your first $25 wager.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Old number 53 here, and back in my day, I was fortunate to be around some great teams, along with some great teammates. And even now, all these years later, I'm also grateful to be a part of a great team here at 103.7 The Buzz. But you know another great team that I've come to appreciate over the years? It's the team over at Edwards Food Giant, and there are 11 stores located all over the metropolitan area, including their Edwards Cash Saver stores. And let me tell you this, if you haven't been to the newest Edwards Food Giant in North Little Rock in the Lakewood Village Shopping Center, you really need to stop by there. This store is truly the most beautiful grocery store that I've ever been inside of. The layout with their huge selection and inventory, including their deli and salad bars, is the best. Of course, their meat department at Edwards will truly blow you away, too. That newest Edwards store has everything from heat and eat, meal solutions, weekly specials, to a giant wine department, to their dry-aged beef that's been temperature and humidity controlled for 28 days in their cooler, resulting in a steak that's tender, flavorful, and unlike any steak you've ever had. So see for yourself why the team at Edwards Food Giant is now Central Arkansas's favorite place to shop.
On your way to the Little Rock Airport, business travelers park fast at Expressway Airport parking. As you park, our shuttle picks you up, and a 60-second ride later, you're at the airport. Download our app and earn rewards. Simply scan the virtual gate pass to enter and scan again to exit. No waiting, and your receipt is emailed to you. Pay less than municipal airport parking at Expressway Airport parking, left of the airport entrance, next to the Comfort Inn.
We're keeping Arkansas beautiful. Want to lend a hand? Don't be afraid to get them dirty. Every day, volunteers around the state are picking up litter, planting trees and wildflowers, recycling, and more. You know what these volunteers need most? Help. Volunteer today at keeparkansasbeautiful.com. Learn more about all our programs. A message brought to you by the Keep Arkansas Beautiful Commission, this station, and the Arkansas Broadcasters Association.
It's never too late to become better. The Arkansas Senior Olympics, presented by UAMS, invites men and women aged 40 and older to compete in the 3-on-3 half-court basketball tournament April 25th in Benton. This event qualifies teams for the 2027 National Games in Tulsa. The deadline to register is April 11th. Team fee is $250 for up to 10 players or 9 players and a coach. Volunteers and sponsors are also needed. Learn more and register at arseniorolympics.org.
Be a part of a new era of Razorback football under Coach Silverfield. Join the Razorback Foundation for as little as $50 for priority access to tickets, parking, and exclusive events with coaches and players. Text JOIN to 479-349-4313 or visit RazorbackFoundation.com. That's JOIN to 479-349-4313. As a Razorback Foundation member, you'll experience a lifetime full of Razorback memories. Go Hogs!
It's March Madness at Natural State Wholesale, The Warehouse, and the deals are a total slam dunk. Score big on all kinds of flooring, butcher block countertops, shingles, sinks and faucets, bathroom vanities, ceiling fans, and so much more. Whether you're remodeling your kitchen, updating your bathroom, or tackling a full home project, Natural State Wholesale has the inventory and the prices to win the game. Don't miss the madness. These deals won't last forever. Head to Natural State Wholesale, The Warehouse, where contractors and homeowners both come to score big.
Darius left side, gonna launch a three, and he knocked it down. Dagger! 55 seconds to go.
Damon coming through in the clutch. That's exactly what I needed to play right there. That was the shot, the play of the game. Darius Acuff finished with 36 points, 6 assists, and just 2 turnovers in 34 minutes of play. Darius Acuff joins Derrick Rose and Chris Paul as the only freshman since 2004 with multiple NCAA tournament games with 20 points and 5 assists. Trey Schaap is in Portland. He saw it firsthand. Man, he's getting in rare company, and after the game, Coach Calipari on national TV said he's the best player in the country, period, and he's proving it, and he proved it at the end of the night. He belongs in that conversation.
No doubt, no doubt. He is a Naismith semifinalist, and yeah, you're exactly right, Wes. He's put this team on his back so many times this year, and he did it again tonight. And what he was able to do was spectacular. You look at the numbers: all-time assists in a single season at Arkansas, all-time points in a single season at Arkansas. He's passed Kareem Reed and Todd Day. Kareem Reed, arguably one of the best point guards ever at Arkansas. Todd Day, one of the best scorers, arguably, ever at Arkansas. And Acuff passed them both this season. And then, Wes, let's talk about this in the game, too. Billy Richmond, a double-double. And how about Malik Ewing, how he has come on. That's 4 games, 3 of his last 4 games, he's had a double-double. Tonight, he goes for 14 and 12 and only had 1 turnover in the game and 4 block shots.
I thought Malik Ewing played much, much better in the second half. First half, I was kind of disappointed, and I even tweeted, look, if the bigs aren't going – well, if they're not going to play big, you got to get them out of the game, because the speed of High Point was giving Arkansas bigs an issue. And they weren't playing big and dominating on offense and making High Point play for being so small. So Arkansas was going to have to play small ball and put in the 4 guards in either Brazile or Ewing. But I thought Ewing in the second half finally started playing big and went down low and used his height. One time, Trey, he got the ball underneath the basket and kind of pump faked and was waiting and went, like, dude, go up. You're the biggest player on the court by like 5 inches. Go up with it. And he did, and he made an easy basket. But I was wanting to see them take advantage of the advantage they had as being so much bigger than High Point. In the first half, they really did not do that.
Yeah, and I think, too, Wes, that goes back to, like you were saying, the fact that High Point pulled their bigs out, and so they were having to play a little more defense. And maybe the fact that, this is their 5th game in 8 days or whatever, with all of the travel, too, the fact that maybe their legs were getting a little bit tired. And so maybe that's the answer. I don't know. But, hey, they won the game. That's all that matters. They won the game. They're in the Sweet 16 for the 2nd straight year, and they're heading to San Jose. And they're not coming back to Fayetteville. They're heading to San Jose. They're going to stay out here on the West Coast. They're not going to head back to Fayetteville because they've got media obligations on Wednesday, and then they play the winner of Utah State and Arizona on Thursday. And, oh, by the way, Texas beat Gonzaga in the first game out here in Portland today. They are also in the same side of the bracket. They will await the winner of Miami and Purdue in San Jose.
Yeah, I tell you what, the SEC has surprised me, Trey. They've done a lot better. The SEC teams have done a lot better than I really thought. With Texas in the Sweet 16, Vanderbilt was almost in the Sweet 16. That was a great game this evening, but the SEC has done really well in the NCAA tournament. You know, we were talking about they let them play in the first half. Not a whole lot of fouls were called in the first half, and really they let them play the entire game. There was a period, and I was joking with Steve Sullivan on Twitter. He was giving Coach Calipari kudos for only playing Darius Acuff 34 minutes, giving him 6 minutes of rest, a little bit longer than normal. And I said, well, the reason why was because there was no foul call between the 8-minute mark and like the 4.5-minute mark, and Acuff was sitting at the scores table getting that extra rest because there was no stoppage of play. And Trey, in a way, that may have paid off. That extra 3-4 minutes he was just sitting at the scores table waiting to get in kept him a little bit fresher at the end of the game when they needed him.
You know, Wes, that's a really good point. And I looked over at Darius Acuff when he was sitting at the scores table, and he was just sitting there watching the game. I mean, it's not like he doesn't show any emotion. He doesn't get too high. He doesn't get too low. But you're right. The fact that there wasn't a dead ball to stop play to get him into the game might have paid off down the stretch to where he was able to go to the free throw line, make the shots when he needed to, hit that big three-pointer late in the game to kind of push Arkansas over the top of the mountaintop, if you will, to wrap up the victory.
Yeah, I even wrote it out. High Point hit 3 of 4 threes during that stretch. And the lead, because Arkansas had a nice lead, and then here comes High Point once again.
Yeah.
And I thought Arkansas might call a timeout just to get Acuff back into the game and stop the play if the referees weren't going to stop it. But they let it go on, and he finally got in. And I think when he finally came back out, he hit a 3 right when he came back in. But that was big for him to get a little bit of extra rest down the stretch. Trey, we have talked about Acuff so much. It's just for a freshman to be able to do this on this stage is absolutely incredible. You know, you see seniors, juniors, experienced players with the pressure of the NCAA tournament, a game on the line, fold under pressure. And what this guy is able to do with the team on his back and carry that weight, it's pretty special what we're watching.
It's mind-boggling, to be honest, Wes. I mean, he's a pro. We've said it. I saw him play against Texas Tech in Dallas. And then because of my duties with Little Rock, the only other game I got to see live this year was on Thursday night. He's improved so much since that game against Texas Tech. And then to see what he did tonight, he's the SEC Player of the Year, SEC Freshman of the Year, SEC Most Valuable Player in the tournament. And if he goes down and leads this team next week and is able to lead them to 2 wins and get this team to the Final Four, Joe Klein said it on the morning show, I believe, earlier, I guess it was yesterday morning. Hang the banner. I mean, no one should wear 5 again. You're not going to – maybe with Cal you're going to get another one of these, but they don't come along very often. I mean, he's in the company of Derrick Rose, Allen Iverson. He's in Stephon Marbury. He's in the conversation of those types of players.
Trey, we'll let you get to work. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll hear from Coach Calipari and some of the stars of the game. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for all your hard work, and thanks for getting us this post-game interviews.
Yeah, buddy, I appreciate it. And let's see, you're off next week, so I won't see you. But it's back to Little Rock tomorrow, and then a quick turnaround and back out to San Jose.
Trey, I'm going to be in L.A. I might drive up Thursday and meet you. I don't know.
Come on.
I'm thinking about it.
Come on.
I'm thinking about it.
All right, buddy.
Have a safe trip back.
All right, thanks,
We'll
Wes.
take a break. When we come back, we'll hear from Coach Cal and the Razorbacks. This is the Bet Saracen Razorback Basketball Postgame Show, live from Walk-On.
The great American pastime. Do you smell that? That's the smell of men being men.
I think I'm ready.
On 103.7 The Buzz. KABC Little Rock.
Superstars Joe Klein and Pat Bradley for Arkansas's #1 sports app, Bet Saracen.
Joe, you know the main difference between
Always good parlays, plus lots of fun choices, like ping pong, right there on the app.
But the real difference are those special promos.
Get $250 on us with your first $25 wager.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Here's NASCAR Hall of Famer Mark Martin.
As a race car driver for 40 years, I survived a lot of crashes. Not everyone can run into a wall at 200 miles an hour and walk away. Without a seatbelt, I wouldn't be alive today. Now I'm retired, back home in Arkansas driving my pickup. I'm shocked how many people aren't wearing seatbelts. Why risk your life when it only takes 2 seconds to buckle up? Take it from number 6. Buckle up, Arkansas.
A message from the Arkansas State Police Highway Safety Office.
Your heart works hard for you every day. Are you taking care of it? UAMS Health makes it easy with our heart health screening. For just $99, you will receive a heart CT scan, cholesterol and glucose testing, kidney and blood pressure assessments, plus stroke risk screening, all with same-day results. If you're over 35 or have a family history of heart disease, this screening is for you. Healthy heart, healthy you, healthy future. Call UAMS Health at 501-603-1222. That's 501-603-1222.
There's nothing better than calling the Hogs with your fellow Razorback fans. Now's the time to start making lasting family memories with the Hogs by joining the Razorback Foundation. Annual memberships start as low as $50 per year. The financial support provided by Razorback Foundation members makes a once-in-a-lifetime experience possible for more than 465 student athletes. Your gifts provide scholarships, academic support, training and nutrition, as well as professional and personal development assistance. Razorback Foundation members earn access to season tickets, priority seating and parking, tailgating, invitations to exclusive coaches and player events, as well as discounts to local restaurants and Hog Heaven stores. Your support will help the Razorbacks continue the path of success and bring home even more SEC and national championships. Text JOIN to 479-349-4313 or visit RazorbackFoundation.com for more information. That's JOIN to 479-349-4313. Can't wait to see you on the Hill. Go Hogs!
You ever checked the scoreboard of your life and thought, this is over? It was Super Bowl 51. The Patriots were down 28-3 fourth quarter, but they didn't quit. One drive, one stop, one more play. The game didn't flip in a moment. It was a comeback, built play by play. I'm Mark Evans, pastor of the church at Rock Creek. Here's what I love about Easter. The cross looked like 28-3. Dark sky, sealed tomb, silent Saturday. If you had walked past that grave, you'd have said, this is over. But Sunday happened. The stone moved, hope breathed again, and what looked finished wasn't. If your life feels down by 25, and if you think too much has been lost, Easter says it's not over. I want to invite you to join us this Easter at the Church at Rock Creek, because the greatest comeback in history wasn't in a stadium. It was outside an empty tomb.
Feeling like a family getaway, but don't want to go too far? Need a true adventure, but don't want to spend too much? Want a ton of stuff to do that's all in the same place? Welcome to Arkansas State Parks, where in a couple hours drive, you can change your scenery and your state of mind. With active adventures or just gorgeous views where you can catch your breath, we have 52 state parks to choose from. Plan your getaway at ArkansasStateParks.com. Brought to you by this station and the Arkansas Broadcasters Association.
Acuff off a feed from Wagner. Pull up at the foul line, no good. Brazil keeps it alive. They bat it out, and Darius buries a three. Acuff from the top of the circle ties the game.
So many changes in this game between Arkansas and High Point. Arkansas wins at 94-88, and they are going to the Sweet 16. We'll find out tomorrow who they will play. Arizona plays tomorrow night. I think it's a 6:30 tip-off. All right, after the game, as you can imagine, there was a very happy team. Let's hear from Coach Cal.
Well, hats off to High Point. We had to take the game. They were not going to give it. They had won so many games. They played with the mentality that we're going to win. Their coach coached right to the end. Coach Klayman did a great job. We hung around, and then just so you know, we play it through Darius, and he just makes plays. He's done it all season. And then Malik Thomas makes that three, which busted the game. They both have confidence. It doesn't matter what I say to them. I get on them, they're like, man, you're nuts. They have confidence in who they are and what they are. Sometimes I'm trying to get them to play a little different. But the reality of it is these two they're special, both of them.
All right, we'll open it up to questions. Start with Ryan.
Darius.
Name and affiliation.
Yeah, Ryan Clark, the Oregonian. Darius, a lot of clutch shots in this building hit by a point guard. that you may be familiar with. I'm wondering, you know, the confidence in that moment, where does that come from? And is somebody like that somebody you look up to?
Yeah, on the first part, that's just how I was raised. You know, I always wanted to be at the big moment. I'm always just thinking win, like whatever I got to do to win, that's what I'm gonna do. And yeah, I'm very familiar with Dame. Watch him a lot for sure. But you know, in them last couple of minutes, I'm just thinking about the team, just getting the win.
Coach Cal, is there something that...
Name and affiliation, please.
Oh, so Mark James, KJR, iHeart Seattle. Was there something that High Point was doing throughout the course of the game when you made adjustments and they seemed to kind of just stay in it no matter what?
The hard thing they do, they play a funky zone, and you got to not think zone. You got to think we got to do some different things. You have to get motion and movement and cutters, or you're not going to score on it. So when you have a one-day turn, it's hard. But I thought the kids did great. We're a good zone offensive team. We've been that all year. But they got to make plays. I mean, it's, you know, we made some plays. Now, they made them the whole game. Now, the other guy that really helped us was Malik Ewan down the stretch. I mean, he was big down the stretch and getting balls and defending. And but it's, you know, it was a good win that way. But, yeah, we made adjustments. They made adjustments. We were going back and forth. We're calling timeouts. He's calling timeouts. You're just trying to fight to survive.
In the back.
Coach, Kristen Peak with Hoops HQ. Just, you know, you talk about these two being freshmen and just playing with that confidence, but they're still freshmen. And maybe they're not playing like typical freshmen, but just speak on their maturity of their game, just being two true freshmen and just having that confidence in both of them down the stretch.
I want you to look at these two closely, okay? They have otherworldly confidence, both of them. They could run for president and believe I could run this country, because that's how they think. I like that they're starting to talk in huddles about let's do this, let's do that. They're being empowered. I'm trying to get Malik Thomas to catch and shoot it. Quit bouncing it and sidestepping, just shoot. So the last one, he just caught and shot. I mean, he's one of the best scorers in the country. He scores different ways just like him. And you know what's great? They're playing off of one another. And all they've done is helped each other. People are like, how are you going to get these two to play together? They're both good young people with good hearts, and they care about each other. And so now if he has it going, he's the one passing it to him. Keep shooting. If I get on him, he's telling him, just keep playing. If I get on him, he's telling him, just keep playing. Sometimes you're saying, don't even listen to him. So, you know, it's been, all I've had to do is the edges were a little rough. Just had to get the edges around, but and they're defending. I hear all this stuff about defense. They're both defending. They both get their hands on balls. They both can rebound. We had 7 turnovers against the team that creates 16. We had 7 turnovers. It's because these two are handling the ball. But I think Malik had 2 of them. Yeah, he had 2.
Eric Anderson, Associated Press. Coach or the players as well. You mentioned you mentioned the rebounds. You guys were down in rebound. You guys took the lead in the second half, and also with the free throws, you missed some, and then you only missed 1 in the second half. Was there any conversation about that at halftime to kind of correct those things?
These guys have a will to win, and we were in there talking. They said we are up 1. Let's come out these first 5 minutes and do some stuff. Now I know I had to call a timeout. I think we were down 4 just to calm everybody down. But they know what they have to do. I mean, they know. We're shorthanded. So what? No one wants to hear that. I didn't see one story about it. I mean, and then when TB went down, I'm like, okay, now I got 5. How many you really need? 5. Your warm-up line is with 1 ball. You can't have 2 balls. There's not enough guys. But you know what? They have a will. They're like, whoever it is, let's go.
Cal Ty Richardson, ESPN Arkansas. You talk about defense. I think Billy had a block and a steal in the final 2 minutes.
Who?
Billy. How pivotal is he late in games, especially on the opponent's best player?
Is he never fazed by anything, is he? Then nothing phases him. Like, he does something dumb, he'll look at me and just say, that's me, I got it. But he's another one that's we call him Billy Goat, because he just does stuff that normal players don't do. How hard he plays, the plays he comes, like, how did he make that play? So, no, he's a big part. Shooting the ball, he missed some free throws. He's been one of our best free throw shooters. But you know what? We still made 75% of our free throws and 56% of our threes and 52% of our twos. We shot the ball pretty well. And it took all of that to beat High Point, who has 31 wins. 31 wins.
John Jack Magruder from Field Level Media. It's 83-83. Darius makes a layup. They miss. Darius makes a finger roll. They miss. Billy gets a steal, and Darius hits a three. Can you just talk about that sequence, how valuable that was?
That's happened a few times. And then the three that my man made that puts us up, which gave us some breathing room. But he's done it. Like, I'll even ask, do you want a screen or do you want an open court? Tell me what you want. And he'll tell me, and then he goes, and the only thing I told him was, you can't get bumped and go away from it because they're not calling those fouls. You got to go right through the bump and keep going, and that's what he did. So they were fouling, he went to the line, he made them, or he made layups.
That's John Calipari after the Razorbacks' victory for the 5th time in the last 6 years. Arkansas is going to the Sweet 16. There was a 25-year drought of not going to the Sweet 16. Eric Musselman ended that. Went 3 times at least to the Sweet 16. Now John Calipari, back-to-back years, has Arkansas playing in the Sweet 16. We'll take our final break. When we come back, we'll grade the players. I say we. I will grade the players. We are live at Walk-On, shutting it down. What a great night at Walk-On. Super environment for the game. Come on out here Thursday when the Razorbacks play again. Stick around. This is the Bet Saracen Razorback Basketball postgame show.
Superstars Joe Klein and Pat Bradley for Arkansas's #1 sports app, Bet Saracen.
Joe, you know the main difference between Bet Saracen and those other guys?
Definitely. Easier to navigate. Always good parlays. Plus lots of fun choices. Like ping pong. Right there on the app.
But the real difference are those special promos.
Get $250 on us with your first $25 wager.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Hey everybody, Roger Scott for Family Market Stores. At Family Market, community means more than a place on a map. It means family. It means neighbors. And it means showing up when it matters most. That's why during the month of March, Family Market is proud to raise funds for Arkansas Children's. When you donate at checkout, 100% of your donation goes directly to helping kids and families across Arkansas. You can also help by purchasing cookies or brownies for just $1 all month long, and with every dollar, it all goes to Arkansas Children's. Stop by your local family markets in Pangburn, Shannon Hills, Malvern, Mayflower, Hot Springs, or Wooster. Because while we're proud to serve our hometowns, the whole state of Arkansas is our community. Family Market, giving back where it matters most.
In Arkansas, cancers of the lung, breast, prostate, and colon are the leading cause of cancer deaths. Yet simple screenings can save lives, helping doctors find and treat cancer early. If you have a family history of cancer, you need to start screenings even earlier, because cancer screenings can never come too soon, only too late. To learn more, visit cancer.uams.edu. Sponsored by this station, the Arkansas Broadcasters Association, and UAMS.
Arkansas sports fans, this is a night you don't want to miss. The 68th Annual Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame Induction Banquet is happening April 10th at the Oaklawn Event Center. From championship moments to legendary careers, they're honoring the icons who built Arkansas sports. For information on tickets and tables, visit arksportshalloffame.com or by calling 501-313-4158. Celebrate the legends, relive the moments, and be a part of Arkansas sports history April 10th.
Your heart works hard for you every day. Are you taking care of it? UAMS Health makes it easy with our heart health screening. For just $99, you will receive a heart CT scan, cholesterol and glucose testing, kidney and blood pressure assessments, plus stroke risk screening, all with same-day results. If you're over 35 or have a family history of heart disease, this screening is for you. Healthy heart, healthy you, healthy future. Call UAMS Health at 501-603-1222. That's 501-603-1222.
Razorback Foundation members, it's time to renew your membership. Annual Fund Pledge renewals are now open and due March 31st. Renew now by visiting RazorbackFoundation.com or text RENEW to 479-349-4313. Be part of the tradition for the new era of Razorback football under Coach Silverfield. Renew your Razorback Foundation membership today. Text RENEW to 479-349-4313. Go Hogs!
Superstars Joe Klein and Pat Bradley for Arkansas's #1 sports app, Bet Saracen.
Joe, you know the main difference between Bet Saracen and those other guys?
Definitely. Easier to navigate. Always good parlays. Plus lots of fun choices. Like ping pong. Right there on the app.
But the real difference are those special promos.
Get $250 on us with your first $25 wager.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
They drop it into Martinez. Martinez across the timeline. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Johnston heaves it at the horn. It's no good. And for the second straight year, the Razorbacks are headed for the Sweet 16. San Jose bound. The Razorbacks knock off High Point 94-88. It was a thriller, but the Razorbacks win for the 28th time, and they survive and advance late at night in Portland, Oregon.
It was a thriller. A little too close for comfort for some, but just made it even more gratifying when Arkansas pulls it out in the end. Let's hand out some grades real quick. They're getting ready to shut the doors down here at Walk-Ons. It is 12:15, and we have wrapped this thing up almost. And this will be quick because there weren't a whole lot of guys playing tonight, just 6 guys. We'll start with Trevin Brazil. 34 minutes, he was 3 of 6 from the floor, 2 of 4 from the three-point line. He hit a big three. When High Point made a little run, Arkansas had to call a timeout in the second half, and he and Billy Richmond hit back-to-back threes to give Arkansas the lead back with about 12 minutes to go in the game. He had 8 rebounds, 8 total points, 4 assists, and a block shot when he threw it about 4 rows deep on a three-point attempt. I'll give Trevin an A. Nobody gets an A+ because the defense wasn't good enough, but there are going to be a lot of A's for tonight. Malik Ewan, 6 of 12 from the floor. He came up big down the stretch, made 2 huge free throws. Remember, it was still 1-1. High Point just scored. You don't make your free throws, they could get it to a one-possession game. Hits them both. Those were clutch. He also had 12 rebounds, 14 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists. He had a steal. He had 4 block shots. Give Malik Ewan definitely an A. How about Billy Goat? 6 of 9 from the floor. One of the biggest shots of the game, that three-pointer after a High Point had gone on a little run. Arkansas calls timeout, and Billy hits a 3. And when he shot it, I was like, oh, no. Oh, yes, that was huge, huge, huge shot. 2 of 4 from the free throw line. He had 10 rebounds. So Billy Richmond has a double-double, 15 points, 10 rebounds, 3 steals, and a block shot. And I think those steals all came late, it seems like. He was so huge down the stretch. Billy gets – you know what, Billy gets an A+, because Billy does play good defense. He gets after whoever he's guarding. Wasn't perfect. Nobody's going to be perfect. But Billy was big. Malik Thomas, 8 of 16 from the floor, 3 of 5 from the three-point line. He had a rebound, 19 points, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 2 steals. Malik Thomas gets an A. Darius Acuff, 11 of 22, 3 of 6 from the three-point line, 11 of 13 from the free throw line. Did not miss a free throw in the second half. 36 points, 6 assists, 1 steal. Darius Acuff, It would have been an A+. He just couldn't keep Rob Martin in front of him. Rob Martin was awesome, though. Quickest dude I have seen Arkansas play. Rob Martin, by the way, finished with 30 points and 5 assists. Hell of a game by that young man. And we finish up with DJ Wagner. 21 minutes played. He had 1 of 2 rebounds, 2 points, 4 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal, and DJ Wagner completes us. All A's for this group. They find a way to win, and they knock off High Point, survive, and go to the Sweet 16. Arizona plays tomorrow night. We'll find out who Arkansas plays Thursday. And tomorrow night we'll find out what time they'll be playing Thursday. And we'll be talking about it all week on The Buzz. It's going to be another fun week with the Razorbacks still dancing. Glad you were with us. Big thanks to Walk-Ons for hosting us and allowing us to do the show here. And big thanks to Bet Saracen for being our title sponsor. Keep those dancing shoes on, everybody. Arkansas is still alive. We'll see you Monday right back here on The Buzz.